typical number. We'll see if that Michael Jordan's her performance. Sydney Palazzolo will lead us off as we are underway here in Pittsburgh. Bree Kelly, doesn't matter what number she's wearing.
She's feeling like Mike today, but I really do think you want to get her involved early, especially after the match she had on Friday. You want to set the hot hand.
Valeria Vasquez Gomez will serve in her 6th season out of Puerto Rico. And the first Panther serve. And Palazzolo is able to kill from the left side for Notre Dame. Excuse me, it's Gardy from the left side.
And I think they're going to need Gardy to have a big day today. So here's what I'm thinking, Jeff, for today's match. Notre Dame's got to stay in system, and they've got to look to hit high hands, similar to what Gardy just did there. And for Pitt, you got to stay aggressive behind the service line and play that relentless defense that Coach Fisher's teams are known to have.
Olivia Babcock can handle aggressive. Her first kill of this match.
And that's
Flood comes in to serve wearing the libero jersey today.
Something different today. We haven't seen that. I don't think we've seen that at all this year from her that I can remember. Something a little bit different.
I don't think it's because it's Halloween and she's. There's a set just a little long, but Notre Dame off the bump. Good save in the middle, and the Fighting Irish able to get the point. Grace Langer.
Phenomenal set there by Fiona Schrader. Absolute athlete, doing it all for this Fighting Irish team. Brought
it back to tie it up at 2. Middle set kill.
And that's where staying in system and those good passes just lead to good plays. It makes everything easier when you get a 3-option pass right on Rachel Fairbanks' head.
And Ryla Jones and some more depth in the middle. Now Olivia Babcock. And just a bit long on Babcock's serve. Of course, there was one thing you want to look at critically from the 5-set win is Babcock's serve was a little bit of a struggle.
And I think part of it too, you know, kind of being back there behind the service line, it's kind of like that, it's that very individualistic thing you have. That's a little bit mental. I think for her, we know she has the talent physically. I think mentally, you just kind of got to get over that hump of being able to be as aggressive as possible.
A freshman from Angola with an impressive serve, Morgan Gardy. Panthers, Tori Stafford. Gardy's able to receive that and then get it right back and hit it just a little bit long. Gardy in her first season, 164 kills, 33 blocks, and now Tori Stafford, a sophomore from California, coming off a double-double. Notre Dame looks to attack, and the hit by Schrader, and unable to come up with it are the Panthers, and a first kill.
That's what you want to see from Fiona Schrader right there, hitting those high hands. She's got that big swing, lefty on the right side, which is also great. She can open up the whole floor, but I think you're going to see her getting a lot of sets her way.
Served by Notre Dame. Vasquez Gomez is blocked straight down by Schrader.
We've got
and
a lot
Anna
of,
Bjork.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good matchups here. Physically, we got a lot of big players. Both of Notre Dame's middles are listed at 6'3". We've got a lot of size on both sides of the net today.
And Monson serve. Now right side, another block for Notre Dame. A couple of big blocks for the Fighting Irish. Sydney Palazzolo, and an early timeout for the Pitt Panthers. It is a 6-4. By Ryla Jones. Jones puts it away, and the Panthers now trail by a point here. Early first set, best of 5 here in Pittsburgh between the Panthers and Notre Dame. And wondered how this might play out. It is Dylan Griffin who is coming in to serve. And a good save by Notre Dame. Opportunity here for Pitt, though. And instead of going to Kelly in the middle, they go to back to Babcock from the outside. Not a bad strategy either.
That's what you want to see. Big swings. And that's kind of the identity of this Pitt team. Coach Fisher has always said to us that he wants his team swinging away, staying super aggressive. And then you have to be really good on coverage at that. But, you know, when you have hitters as talented as Babcock, it makes it a little easier.
Here, and a tip. And you saw Louisville do that very well against the Panthers. Vasquez Gomez does it right back off the Schrader tip from the back row is Gardy. Blocked by the Panthers. Back row Pitt, and a net ball on Notre Dame, and the Panthers in the lead 7-6. And you kind of wonder, Kelsey, coming off a big 5-setter at home, you're still at home, but you play 1 o'clock against a team you're supposed to beat. What's the difficulty of staying focused and ready?
Yeah, you're coming off of that highest of highs after that Louisville match. You know, your adrenaline's running, and then it's coming down, and then this is not a long turnaround to have to come back and play another match, prepare for another ACC matchup, which every team in the ACC is talented, but it really is. It's hard. You gotta be able to keep yourself up, keep yourself motivated for each and every match.
Sydney Palazzolo with the kill, the senior from Michigan, the High Point transfer, and now to Fiona Schrader. Among the things she does well is serve. I jinxed her. I apologize to Notre Dame and the Schrader family. But she has 19 aces this year.
And they have a few really aggressive servers with that topspin serve. For the Pitt side, you're really only seeing that from Olivia Babcock. And sometimes when Blair Bayless serves, you see the topspin. But Notre Dame has a couple as well.
Rachel Fairbanks, 46 assists against the Cardinals. And a good serve, and Notre Dame's just gonna have to plop it over, but a good dig by Fairbanks to even bring that back. Excuse me, by Klicka to bring that back. Panthers now attacking again in the middle. It's Bree Kelly.
What an outstanding run she is having. I mean, there is a reason she leads Pitt in hit percentage. She is incredibly efficient, and she's so good at taking a one-on-one block and just taking an angle around it.
9-7 Panthers. Pitt hitting 417 early on. Notre Dame 333. Fairbanks to serve again. Schrader sets, and Stafford just tall enough. And Vasquez Gomez hit it into the block, then back off Vasquez Gomez and out of bounds. Good block for the Irish.
Yeah, they're showing their size. They're showing their physicality up front, and I really like that swing by Morgan Gardy up front there, hitting high hands.
6'3" Palazzolo just a bit long. And a second service error for Notre Dame. Vasquez Gomez to serve. And a block at the net. Opportunity here as middle set dug by Pitt. Babcock rises up. Great save by Monson, and the kill on the right side from Notre Dame. Lucy Trump puts it away. Good run there for the Irish.
Nice rally for Notre Dame. I'd really like for them to start getting that first pass up to the net, make these setters in Fiona Schrader and Ella Sandstrom a little bit easier on that first ball.
Oh, Tori Stafford. Just a perfect set and then a perfect kill.
And I cannot stress enough, that's where these perfect passes are just opening that up, because then the middle blocker for the Fighting Irish have to stay with the middle blocker for the Panthers, which is going to open up a one-on-one to the outside.
Cat Flood at 11-9. And miscommunication, but able to send it over. Great play by Gardy just to get that over the net. Right side in for Notre Dame, Lucy Trump. They battled through this point.
So this looked like it was, they were trying to, oh, that actually might have touched her, which would have made that 4 touches, but just over 31 for Notre Dame. Anna Bjork.
You know, it's interesting that Dan Fisher didn't challenge, and a great tip by Tori Stafford, given that in that Louisville match, Louisville ran out of challenges, and there were a couple of calls that should have been overturned, but they didn't have any challenges left.
Yeah, that really has to make you think early on, right? Do you use that challenge card early, or do you feel like, hey, our team's in a good position, maybe we should save it, kind of reserve it for a little bit just to see if, you know, you might need it in the 5th set.
That serve by Babcock is in, blocked, saved. Here's Schrader, she is blocked. They're going to go to the other side, and a tip, great recognition by Tori Stafford. And Panthers get the point. Good heads-up play by Stafford. Really keep that point alive for Pitt.
Yeah, phenomenal defense there. She's coming all the way from the 4 zone, which is that left front of the court, to make that dig. All the way in the 2 zone, which is the right front of the court. Look at this. Taking up some ground. That's what you want your outsides to do. The off blocker up front, Jeff, you got to play some defense up there.
Babcock with her 3rd kill. And another good serve. And it wasn't an ace, but essentially it was. As what a bonus it would be if Babcock kind of finds her serve this afternoon.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. You want to get that confidence back. You want to get that comfort back. Sometimes it's the toss, just a little bit off. It's a little bit high or a little bit low. It's way harder to time. Like, this is a very hard skill. She makes it look easy, but it is not.
Another good receive by Notre Dame. Schrader's hit blocked. Klicka is going to set up Stafford once again. It's been lethal from the left side. And now Notre Dame is going to get a timeout. But whatever Dan Fisher said, trailing early, and maybe it was just what we were discussing, like, hey, wake up, let's go.
Yeah, just light the fire in them a little bit. And great ball by Emmy Klicka here, and just inside, and that's great court vision by Tori Stafford to see that she has that inside route there, inside the hands of Notre Dame's blockers for that cut shot towards the 5 zone on Notre Dame's side.
Stafford has a 3rd of the Panther points so far, 5 kills on 7 attempts. Tori Stafford, you don't think of her or Olivia as sophomores, but they are just sophomores, and you see the numbers.
And I think what's the most impressive to me is that hit percentage as an outside, because outsides get such a volume of touches. They're kind of known as the position. They get all what I would say are like the crappy sets. All the balls that are out of system, you're just throw it to the outside. They have to take care of it. So her efficiency, while also dealing with all of the great sets and all of the sets coming from out of system play, it doesn't matter. She's so good either way. She knows how to put the ball away.
Kind of reminds me in a Pittsburgh reference how Olivia might be Sidney Crosby, but Stafford can be Evgeny Malkin, and is cool with that. Like, doesn't have to be the top. When on a lot of teams, she would be the player.
Absolutely, and I think they have to know how much they're benefiting each other. Because for the other team to look across and be like, oh my gosh, we have to deal with both of them today, it's exhausting, both mentally and physically, to always have to know where they're at on the court.
Panthers on a 4-0 run, thanks to some really good serves from Olivia Babcock. And hits net, and just powers over. Right side kill attempt is long. No touch on the swing by Gardy.
And that is what you want to do. Like that. Because Gomez there to get out of the way.
Another really good receive, and an off-speed hit from Fiona Schrader.
Nice.
Don't know if that was the intent. Given her talent level, very well could have, and it
you have to think
finds
that
floor.
that's like the goal for her, you know?
Notre Dame breaks that run. I'm sure they're glad not to see Babcock serving again. But here we're going to see the Panthers tested by a top spin and blocked in the middle. Panthers still have it. Stafford. What a first set for Tori Stafford.
She's hard to stop, and what a beautiful pass by Emmy Klickoff with a top spin serve. And great block there by Grace Langer, but you know, a lot harder to do against that athleticism in Tori Stafford.
Good save by Vasquez Gomez as well. Notre Dame work in the middle this time. Panthers able to get it back. Vasquez Gomez kind of shoves it over. And now Palazzolo is able to get Notre Dame a 12th point here in the first set. Palazzolo was the Big South Player of the Year as a sophomore at High Point. Addie Monson, graduate student. And Notre Dame's going to get a free one here. Monson's bump set. Schrader rises up. She is blocked right into Ryla Jones. Vasquez Gomez there on the left side.
And if you're the Fighting Irish, the net, because Pitt's block takes up so much room up there.
Dylan Griffin again in to serve. Junior, one of the many Californians on this Panther roster. And coming all the way from the back, but missing is Palazzolo.
And I like that swing. I think that's a good miss. You want to try to open up the line there. I like that idea to go line. You're going to have those misses sometimes, but I think Palazzolo there should stay aggressive.
After an early Notre Dame lead, it has been all Pitt. Set. Schrader with the tip. Griffin able to save it, and the Panthers able to get a point out of a beautiful dig. Notre Dame takes another timeout. So what has changed, Kelsey, for the Panthers here since the last timeout?
Yeah, they took that timeout and really looked like they woke up. And I mean, they're just starting to, I feel like they're starting to fire on all cylinders. I think they've passed really great all game, but then that third step is putting that ball away. You know, being able to fly on the floor, stay aggressive, and then being relentless on defense to follow that up. That's really the identity of this Pitt team, is that relentless defense. And when you can get the Notre Dame Fighting Irish out of system a little bit, take away their middle, defending to just the pin hitters makes it easy.
If you're Salima Rockwell, what are you telling your team?
I think you got to pass first. Fiona Schrader, Ella Sant running around the court, especially on that first ball, because then what's happening is, you know, you're sending Pitt over easy. Get that first pass up to the net and get back in system, get your middles a couple touches. I mean, right now, you know, your middles altogether only have 4 touches. You'd like to see that number increase a little bit.
And it's a Notre Dame program with the 13th best recruiting class that are currently freshmen on this team. You got to feel like Rockwell. We've seen it from Notre Dame years ago. It is a tough program to rebuild in, but they have a very good coach to lead them forward.
Yeah, and you're going to have those bumps in the road when you have as many freshmen playing as they are. I mean, both of their middles are freshmen. That's an incredibly difficult position to transition to at this level. I mean, I do think girls as a whole have gotten better at being able to play early, but it's still a jump. There's still going to be a learning curve there.
Griffin still serving. Notre Dame, they are going to get Fiona Schrader involved. And I don't know if they're calling tip or if they're saying that it was in, but Dan Fisher doesn't believe whatever it is, and we're going to see our first challenge of this match.
The original call was that the ball was in. Pitt is challenging that the ball was out.
So we'll take a look at it with you. So the call is that the ball was in. The Panthers are saying that was out. It looked out to me. I thought it was a question of there may have been a tip.
And what's crazy, Jeff, my first instinct was that I actually did think that ball might have hit. Oh, it might be deep. Oh. All right, Jeff.
The officiating crews for volleyball are insanely talented. And the fact that you're going to have to rewind this back and forth, that it may be a millimeter off.
The call is going to be reversed. The
and
ball
to call
is
that
out.
in real
Point
time.
will go to Pitt.
And Pitt is going to benefit from the replay, and that is called out on the swing. And instead of 20-13, it's 21-12, and Dylan Griffin continues to serve for the Panthers. The serve game has improved. 1 service error so far after 12 on Friday. A little bit of a scramble. Palazzolo almost puts it away, but is saved by Babcock. But then a dump in the middle from one of those freshmen, Anna Bjork.
What a defensive play by Babcock, using every inch of that 6'5" of her body to go up. And wow, phenomenal timing on the joust there by Rachel Fairbanks.
Yeah, some good things for the Panthers, but Notre Dame ends up with the point. On a swing in the middle, and then a tip in the middle by Bree Kelly. For Pitt, it's 22-13. Rachel Fairbanks to serve. Panthers hitting .462 here in the first set. Coming all the way over to tip it. Notre Dame. And Olivia Babcock, just too much power. And the Panthers are 2 from this set.
Big swing there on the right side. And Fiona Schrader is a phenomenal defender for a setter. Probably one of the best in the ACC, but even she struggled with that one.
Schrader to set this time. Fairbanks save. Vasquez Gomez couldn't beat the double block. Notre Dame stuck to the pin. Trump and Bjork.
Great setup there, great seal. That's what you want. Just 1 point at a time. Yeah. That's exactly what you want. You just don't want to allow any room for that ball to come over.
Now Palazzolo to serve. Fairbanks sets up Olivia Babcock. It's a 14th assist already for Rachel Fairbanks, and Vasquez Gomez to serve for the first set. Right side kill is long, and now Virlan in the huddle, not out with the team. And you see the hit right through the block. Babcock able to power through the Notre Dame block.
And I think you can see the speed of this Pitt offense affecting the Notre Dame middles and Anna Bjork and Grace Langer. You know, these balls have a lot of tempo to them. They're not set super high. You've got to be able to move side to side very quickly.
Fairbanks coming all the way over, and then the tip attempt was blocked out of bounds, so Notre Dame point. Schrader covered a lot of ground to set up that tip. And you see it, especially from that shot, the size of the Fighting Irish. And there is one of those freshmen, Bjork. Blair Bayless. And Bayless against Louisville came in and had some really big points for Pitt.
Yeah, and you got to think, anytime that you're coming in as kind of that sixth man, especially the way volleyball works, you're usually coming in those high-pressure situations, whether it's the ends of games or when things might not be going Pitt's way. So she's coming in with a lot of pressure to come in and immediately perform.
She kind of accepts that she's going up against Vasquez Gomez with the ace. It's kind of, they battle in practice to keep up position or to get more opportunities. Vasquez Gomez, their 26th ace of the season. That floater just off the hands of the receive. This time Notre Dame able to set in the middle, and it's Notre Dame hitting it through the block. And the other freshman, Grace Langer. Langer, a big recruit. She's honorable mention All-American in high school. Lucy Trump. And again, Emmy Klicka, the things that she does to make that play happen as Bree Kelly's able to kill it in the middle.
Just absolutely outstanding passing, and that just makes Rachel Fairbanks' job easier, and that keeps the middles involved. You can really only set the middle when you're passing at least well. You know, it doesn't have to necessarily be perfect, but it's got to be a good pass.
4-2 lead for the Panthers. Here's Kat Flood in to serve. Game set, lefty hit. Harshly blocked chance for Tori Stafford. She's blocked by Notre Dame. They'll set it back up for Babcock, and that is blocked out of bounds.
I mean, such power to be able to tool that block out of bounds the opposite direction. Big swing there. And then look at this set by Fairbanks, sideways, releasing it over that right shoulder.
It's a good block there by Schrader. Keep that point alive for Notre Dame. Sant set. And that is blocked down, and Notre Dame unable to save it. Panthers just using their power.
I actually do really like this matchup here with Olivia Babcock and then Morgan Gardy when she is swinging on the outside. Right now she's staying for one on the right side, but those two lined up with each other, both big physical hitters.
Gayla Veerlon is indeed in for the Panthers. There's Schrader's lefty hit. Saved by Vasquez Gomez. Tori Stafford, what an attempt there by Monson, but just too much there from Tori Stafford. Her 7th kill, and it's a 7-2 Panther lead. Well, it's Notre Dame getting out to a quick start in set number 1, and the Panthers came back. Now it's Notre Dame off to a slower start. The Irish called timeout. Panthers take the first set and up 7-2 in set number 2. Panthers off to a big start here in set number 2. A 7-2 lead. Vasquez Gomez to serve. Dalia Veerlon is in. It's just her 13th set of the season. The freshman from Romania for the Panthers. Kind of wondered if we might see Lily Fenton at some point for Notre Dame. Sophomore from here in Latrobe.
That's fine.
In the Pittsburgh area. Kat Flood still serving. A 4-0 Pitt run. Sant. All the way over, dig by Vasquez Gomez. Right side, Olivia Babcock. Great save attempt by Sant, but a point for the Panthers.
Almost all of her kills today have almost all been that weak side, taking it across. She's ripping the ball, though, and it's still just so... And normally you're thinking that side of the court you have more time to dig it, but it's just still so hard. They just got called for a out of rotation. Do not know. Not at all.
First I thought, is there some kind of serve error by Flood, but she's so far back. Panthers just looking to keep this roll going. Schrader looking to end it, and she does. Fiona Schrader with her 3rd kill.
she had to work to get that kill. She was in the 4 zone for that one, so she ran completely across the court, transitioned back, and then came in for the swing. Had to take a lot of extra steps just to get ready for that kill.
We'll see that jump serve. The Panthers will be used to that from practice. Tori Stafford able to put that away. And Stafford, like we've seen in pretty much every match this year, Stafford and Babcock in their own little personal battle with who's going to have the most kills.
Yeah, anything you can do, I can do better. And they're just showing out on each other.
And Olivia with the big serve. Monson with a great job of receiving. And Klicka with a good dig. That's in the bump set. Schrader. Points in 2 out of the last 3 for Fiona Schrader. The graduate student with over 1,500 career digs, Addie Monson. And from the back, and just no chance. It seemed like there was so much open space.
And that's kind of the difference between a back row attack that's set up from a good pass and then the one you've kind of seen on the other side where it's set up front, kind of out of necessity of that's the only row you can get to, is you then have so much space to work with because all of the blockers have to deal with their men who are up front.
Stafford's serve is in at 11-4. Schrader just flat-footed sending it over. Babcock sets up Blair Bayless, and Bayless is blocked in the middle by Anna Bjork.
Nice block there, sealing up that tape. Pressing over and getting that ball working back towards the 6 zone, that middle of the court, so you're not getting told out of bounds.
Another big crowd here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse for the Panthers. A slide tip dug by Monson. Sant all the way in the back, and that's dug by Babcock. A slide for Notre Dame. Babcock saves it in, and Blair Bayless kills it.
Big swing there, nice transition. Right inside that left hand of Anna Bjork. Nice swing.
Dylan Griffin in again as a sub to serve. That one received way in the air. Griffin able to dig. From the back is Stafford. Great play, great save by Fiona. And now Blair Bayless a little off speed. A chance here for Notre Dame. Their tip is blocked. And Schrader will set middle this time and wide on the hit attempt by Bjork. Boy, Schrader, what a play.
Oh my gosh. Again, she is hunting digs. When you are getting those triple doubles as a setter back there, you are taking such pride in your defense that you're thinking, if that ball is near me, I'm still going to go after it. Even though if you're not getting it, you got to be that one to go set that second ball.
Open serve. Monson's able to keep it off the floor, and a tip perfectly executed by Notre Dame's Lucy Trump.
You gotta love what you see there by Notre Dame. That's like a really good in-system play. Fabulous pass by Mon.
And an ace by Palazzolo. Her 25th of the season. Set lead to 13-7. Second set here in Pittsburgh. Palazzolo, another good serve. Be able to set it up for Babcock and wide. And a little run for Notre Dame here.
And Sydney Palazzolo has a really nice serve. Nice flat, good movement on the ball.
And just clips the top of the net. That is your fault.
I think I jinxed it this time. That one was on me. I apologize, Sydney.
She's coming out to come up here. Jeff Hathorn, Kelsey Bonk, our outstanding crew, bringing you this action from Pittsburgh today. Notre Dame and the Pitt Panthers. And Rachel Fairbanks with an ace for Rachel Fairbanks. That's her 19th. And we're going to get a timeout for Notre Dame. So ever since trailing early in the first, Pitt is just, they've played at the level we've seen Pitt play at for most of the year.
Absolutely. I mean, just high-level volleyball, really under control, passing well, being able to put the way. I mean, you have so many options if you're Rachel Fairbanks. I mean, you've got Olivia Babcock, 9 kills, Tori Stafford with 8. Bree Kelly's just, you know, still hitting 1,000 off of those touches in the fourth set, or in the first set, 4 for 4. I mean, you just have so many options. And I mean, you know, we're talking, you know, hometown kid. We've got Salima Rockwell from Penn Hills. And now at this level, look at this, Jeff.
That is an amazing picture. Salima Rockwell from Penn Hills High School here in Pittsburgh. It's the same high school that soon-to-be Hall of Famer Aaron Donald went to.
They are just pumping out athletes, and look at this, accolades. I mean, absolutely incredible. Plus doing the Olympics, which we talked about earlier. I mean, she has done it all. She has championships as a coach, as a player. I mean, her resume speaks for itself, and she was absolutely awesome with us. I mean, just great wealth of knowledge for volleyball and a great representative of the sport.
And she is still top 10 in Penn State history in assists and digs, which in that rich history tells you about how good of a player.
Just how good. Oh my gosh. And I gotta say, Jeff, I've got to give a shout out to the Penn Hills athletic director for helping get us all of these pictures, and that picture in particular from Stephanie Strauss. Thank you so much.
And a Notre Dame kill from the left side as Fighting Irish looking to get something going. Morgan Gardy. In high school, she was the MVP of her team, not her senior year, but also her junior, sophomore, and freshman years. Served by the Irish, Olivia Babcock. Received by Notre Dame. Again, Gardy and in.
Wow.
Good swing by the freshman.
That was a great swing, especially that ball's coming from behind her, really added. So she can still get good eyes on it, and great high contact.
And how about that bump set by the middle?
You love to see it, Jeff. You love to see it. Give her an assist.
16-10 Pitt here in the second set. Panthers won the first set 25-14. And Valeria Vasquez Gomez to serve for Pitt. Schrader sets up Gardy again, and Pitt able to get it over. Great effort by the Panthers and a middle kill. It's like one of those games where you run in one direction and then they hit it back behind you, and great perseverance by Notre Dame and an amazing save by Pitt.
Absolutely tremendous hustle by Fairbanks there and Stafford to get over. But I do love the decision by Fiona Schrader to set the middle there, because it's the quickest set you're going to get to.
Experience as Tori Stafford. And now a middle kill by Bree Kelly. No chance for Monson there. It's 17-11 Panthers.
Her ability to work around a single block is incredible. I mean, she has such great vision of, you know, is that blocker a little bit shaded to the left, a little bit shaded to the right, and I'm cutting that ball the opposite direction.
Cat Flood to serve. Sant the set. Gardy again. And she rejects Olivia Babcock. Babcock kind of shoves it over. Good save by Dockery for Notre Dame. Babcock again off the block. Dockery is there. Sant to set. And good angle kill by Gardy as she's had a nice little run here in this second set.
Look at this set by Ella Sant, down to the knees, throwing up an absolute dime for Gardy. Incredible. Oh, if you're Notre Dame, you've got to be hurting a little bit that Gardy's in the back row right now.
See double figures in 4 of the last 5, and she's halfway there right now. That serve and the middle kill by Dalia Virlon.
Getting in on the action for Pitt. I think Coach Fisher, that's what you want to see when you're getting some of these players in who might not have as many touches this season. Like you said, only her 13th stat play this season. Getting in there, making an impact.
And off the top of the net, Notre Dame Schrader hits it long, no touch, Panther point.
So many players, if they're serving that ball and it's hitting that much tape, it is not going over. But with Babcock specifically, there's so much power that it's like it's going through the top of the net.
Babcock, great save by Notre Dame's Hattie Monson, and again Monson on the floor. Palazzolo, and saved by Vasquez Gomez to Stanford. She is blocked, Stafford is, and the hit by Babcock. And great effort there by Notre Dame to work for that point.
Hattie Monson working overtime, keeping that ball alive. Great dig off of, or great pass off of the serve, and then again on defense.
And Grace Langer. Set by Fairbanks, a slide by Virlon. And now a tip attempt read well by Stafford. Here comes Babcock from the back. It's probably something the Panthers worked on. You see the awareness from Stafford for those tips.
Yeah, and I think what it's impressive too is, you know, you're opening up that right side of the floor with Virlon running the slide. But when you set Olivia Babcock as that back row attack, she only lands 2 to 3 feet off the net. They have that so well placed that they know she's going to get her hands on it. It's almost like a front row attack.
And a tip this time by Schrader, and the Panthers struggle to get it over. Now Notre Dame. Left side attack by Palazzolo is blocked by Pitt, but out of bounds. Palazzolo gets the point for Notre Dame. Played much better here over the last 10 points.
Yeah, and we're seeing great defense on both sides of the ball right now.
Schrader to serve. Blair Bayless block. Lucy Trump is there, but along with the freshman middle, Anna Bjork.
On a little bit of a run here. Playing well, throwing up a good block.
20 to 15 here in set number 2. Pitt won the first set. You see the 5 blocks from Notre Dame, and a service error gives it back to Pitt. But you see some of the potential of this Notre Dame team. It's just increasing that consistency. Do you see more of that?
And that's kind of where they're at with this program, right? You know, you're 2 years in. If you're Coach Salima Rockwell, you're kind of trying to slowly build your culture and how you want to play volleyball.
Notre James Schrader. Dug by Griffin, but just not enough room for Bayless to be able to save it. So Schrader with the, or excuse me, Palazzolo with the kill, her fourth. And she will now serve. And an over receive, dug and blocked down easily by Bjork. And Notre Dame's within 4 here.
And that's one of those ones as well where, you know, Sydney Palazzolo's not going to get the ace for that, but that's all on her getting the overpass.
And we've seen a couple of service errors that have been critical for Notre Dame, and that's the 4th.
Yeah, it's tough. With Pitt being as good as they are, you have to serve them tough and you have to be super aggressive. But there is a fine line where, you know, there are certain spots where you really want to keep that ball in play.
Panthers up 5, Fairbanks serving. And that swing by Palazzolo, excuse me, by Gardy into the net. And the Panthers now 2 from the second set.
Actually like that swing. She did have cross court open. She just cut it a little too much.
Fairbanks off the top of the net. Notre Dame able to set it. Lucy Trump puts it away on the right side. Her 4th.
I love the change of direction set there by Fiona Schreider. Working towards the outside, setting the ball back to the right side.
Notre Dame staying alive in this set. Bjork, freshman from Wisconsin, sends it over. And a middle set for Kelly, but Kelly missed it.
Coach Salima was getting ready to play that ball. That came at her so fast.
She's a vibrant personality.
She'd be fun to play for.
23-19. And again in the middle, and Kelly missed that one. It's 23-20. Notre Dame on a run here. York. Fairbanks has to go a long way to set up Blair Bayless, and Bayless able to come through and send us to set point.
What an incredible set by Rachel Fairbanks there. Basically over on the outside, pushing that ball all the way back. Gorgeous. And then Blair Bayless finishing it off.
It's amazing how she sets her base so well. Vasquez Gomez serve. Schrader and the tip by Notre Dame. Fairbanks again sets up Olivia Babcock, and that'll do it here for set number 2. Panthers, sets to none Panthers. Notre Dame has something to build on the way they played the second half of the second set. And a good initial serve and a free ball here for Notre Dame. Schrader with the set, but dug by the Panthers. Now a block in the middle by Notre Dame. Babcock races up, is blocked again. Palazzolo and Bjork, and a high hit by Vasquez Gomez. You can see maybe that size impacting the hit from Vasquez Gomez.
Yeah, this is a physical team. They're big up front, and they're doing a good job of sealing up the tape, pressing over the net. I do feel like that's something that they have gotten better at as the season has progressed, is blocking.
And Dan Fisher is going to challenge whether indeed that was tipped.
The original call was touch Notre Dame. Notre Dame is challenging that there was no touch.
So
they're thinking that there originally was a touch, their call was touch, but now they're thinking that they're challenging that there was not a touch on Notre Dame's side.
So as we wait for replay, Salima Rockwell, hired January 6th of 2022 for Fighting Irish. Of course, that experience coaching and playing at Penn State, the time at Texas. I mean, two different programs to be able to draw from.
The original call of touch is going to be reversed.
Build your
Point to
own
Notre Dame.
off of the
There was
experiences
no
you've had at those two places. And the Panthers lose that challenge. No touch and a Notre Dame point. Just starting the third set here in Pittsburgh. Jeff Hathorn, Kelsey Bonk with you. Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. Olivia Babcock blocked again. We've seen the block be huge here for Notre Dame. And a kill by Bjork in the middle. Notre Dame's found a little rhythm, and their size has been a big part of it.
Yeah, this block is showing up, and then what's great, I mean, Pitt is doing a phenomenal job of coverage, but what I love is that they're now getting the middles involved too.
Palazzolo serve. There's the assist opportunity there from Babcock. Now, from the back is Gardy, dug by Klicka. A middle tip, good recognition by Trump. It's saved by Pitt. Vasquez Gomez. And Notre Dame's going to send that one over. This point lives. Fairbanks set middle. Good block by Bjork. In the middle, Vasquez Gomez puts that through for her second kill of this match.
Bjork looks great up there right now. Really, really dominant up there. Sealing the tape up, moving side to side very well. She's tracking her middle very well right now.
Doesn't look like a freshman.
No, and that's what you want, right? Even within a match, you want to see some progress out of these freshmen and see them get comfortable.
Schrader sets up Trump. Good block by the Panthers this time. Middle kill. Vasquez Gomez able to get an arm on it, but that's it. As Bjork will now serve. See the 4 kills and 5 blocks. (3-1) Notre Dame lead. Klicka's going to send that over. Chance here for Notre Dame to build on that. And right side tip is executed perfectly by Lucy Trump. And Pitt's going to get an early timeout. Kind of shades of set number 1. Notre Dame out early. The start of this third set. It's 2-0 Pitt, but Notre Dame up 4-1.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds.
Two-time ACC Coach of the Year, using his timeouts early, Kelsey.
I love it. I'm personally a fan of, you have the 2 for each set, use them early and use them often. Why would you want kind of that momentum to get away from you? Get that nice little reset, talk things over, see if you can kind of get things heading back in your direction. I'm a fan of it.
Bjork to serve. It's 4-1 Notre Dame here in the third. Service error will make it 4-2.
You know what we call that, Jeff? We call that the coach's point. If you get iced after a timeout, we like to call that the coach's point.
Emmy Klicka to serve now. 4-2. A near ace. Gardy just sending it over. Middle hit dug by Monson, and a kill for Notre Dame again. That's Gardy with her 6th.
Playing some scrappy volleyball. Monson's moving around again, and that's where you're starting to see, and Coach Rockwell talked about this, consistently using the block to get kills. You know, I think early on in the season they had some problems getting blocked, but now you're seeing them use that block to their advantage.
Great save by Fairbanks. Vasquez Gomez sends it over, and the set just a little far. Notre Dame tried to keep it alive. The Panthers work for this.
Look at the hustle here.
Emmy Klicka.
And then just a little bit tight there on the set.
Yeah.
That puts her in that puts Guardy in a really hard spot, especially against Olivia Babcock, standing at a, you know, modest 6'5".
Great dig by Notre Dame, and you see the celebration from Haley Dockery, the junior. That was on her to be able to dig that, receive that serve, and Notre Dame able to put it away.
I mean, that's a perfect pass, and that's exactly what you want to do with a topspin serve. You got to get nice and low to buy yourself a little bit of time, and you're just looking to get underneath it. You know, get one angle on that platform to get that ball towards target.
Notre Dame hitting 364 here in the third set in a 6-3 lead. Another top spin. Luz Tepe is in and sets up a kill. Blair Bayless is up. Luz Tepe in the Louisville match for 4 of the sets.
And we also have Kat Flood in on the outside in this third set here.
The jersey change.
Yep, she had to go change.
Tori Stafford to serve for the Panthers at 4-6. And an ace.
Nice serve there. But it also does make sense, you know, we don't necessarily every single set see Emmy Klicka serve, and she served. They don't have a second libero dressed right now in terms of the jersey to spot serve for that middle position.
And kill by Schrader. It's one of the few times she's been able to wind up and let it rip. Her 5th kill. Let's go with 14 assists. Hattie Monson now to serve for Notre Dame. Should have led this whole set. Luz Tepe saves it for Kat Flood, who puts it away.
Showing off what she can do up front a little bit. We see her a lot behind the service line.
13 kills this season for Flood. Dylan Griffin in. Panthers working with no libero. Tip in pancake attempt, no good. Ball hits the floor. Luz Tepe made the attempt, as putting it away was Sydney Palazzolo.
I like the decision there. Just right over the block. Nice place tip.
Maisie Alexander, the junior from Portland, in to serve. So Tepe sets middle. That is blocked. Blair Bayless is blocked. Bjork has been a force here for Notre Dame in the middle.
Reading it well, moving well, pressing. Yeah, that was all her, I think.
Good swing by Flood. Better dig. Tip attempt again. Luz Tepe gets it. Bayless will swing and hit it through that block. We're going to see Babcock and Fairbanks back in.
Yeah, getting that 6-2 switch in on both sides. Actually, right now we're getting that double switch on both sides where you're getting a new setter and a new right side.
5 kills for Bayless in limited action here this afternoon. second ace for Rachel Fairbanks. And I love the dynamic here, how it can get so loud and become a golf tournament at the serve. Just for fans to kind of hear that.
Just allows for that focus.
Notre Dame tips it over from the middle. It's Fairbanks diving to the floor, and the Panthers send it back over, and a miscommunication for Notre Dame and a kill for Tori Stafford. And Pitt and Notre Dame are tied at 9. Tip knocked up in the air, and Kat Flood able to put that one away flat-footed, able to rise without benefit of a step.
No approach at all. Just lifting and ripping.
You said it, great for Kat Flood to get this opportunity and then to be able to show out a couple of times on a few swings.
All right, so what I love here about Rachel Fairbanks' serve, a little bit different from your traditional float, where when she tosses this ball, you're gonna see it being tossed with some spin, but then when she makes contact, it then becomes flat and becomes that float serve. So it gives it a certain level of unpredictability of which direction it is going to float. Is it gonna dive down to the side? Is it gonna curve off? And then of course, no approach at all, just using that athleticism and her arms to lift up and take a rip at the ball.
Rachel Fairbanks, she has some competition for setter of the year, but you got to think that with what she does night in and night out for the top team in the country, 29 assists and 6 digs, and we're only 19 points into the third.
I mean, she absolutely has to be in that conversation. And you're looking how these numbers, I mean, again, that also speaks to this program and how they're also improving their players once they're here. But 10.4 assists to set this season is absolutely insane. And then, of course, that hit PCT took a nice jump because she's not hitting. So all of her attacks this season are coming from setter dumps.
Rachel Fairbanks, first team All-American last year. And the comparison is used very aptly. She is the quarterback of this Pitt team.
It is. You're running this offense when you're the setter.
Another Fairbanks serve with a 10-9 Pitt lead. Here's Flood again. This time it is Doug. Good save by Schrader. Now Babcock up. 12 kills for Olivia Babcock.
And I mean, if she gets a few more here, she is working on, let's see, 5 straight matches with 15+ kills, looking to make that 6.
Senior from California with the serve. From the back, Doug from Palazzolo. Fairbanks, opportunity here for Notre Dame. Schrader with a short tip, and the tip over is successful for Notre Dame. And it seems like what Bjork touches right now is all good.
Absolutely, and that's a really nice tip because it was so tight behind the block. The blockers don't know, do I turn around and try to touch it, or do I let the defense play it behind me?
Babcock has to go backwards for that one, and a kill attempt blocked. Kat Flood in on that block, and the tip is blocked this time from Gardy, and Fairbanks is blocked on the right side. Monson sets up Trump, who hits it right through everything. Lucy Trump, her 6th kill. And we are 11-all, back and forth we go.
I love the excitement from Coach Rockwell on the sidelines, celebrating the win. Look at this set, Jeff. from the ground, sliding, getting that ball out to the outside. So incredibly difficult.
Sydney Palazzolo. She had 50 aces as a junior. And in the middle, it's Bree Kelly. 6 kills now for Kelly. It's 9 straight matches with at least 5.
And another efficient day. I mean, that's what she is doing for this team, is providing that level of consistency that you're not going to get a ton of touches as a middle, but are you maximizing the ones you're getting?
Now Kat Flood, who's doing more than just serving in this set, serves, and a great tip by Trump.
So that middle of the floor and those kind of areas right behind the block have really been a problem this set. You know, that kind of middle of the floor, we call it like the donut area. They are kind of exposing that on the Pitt Panthers right now, and it is working.
York serve. And Olivia Babcock is dug. Dockery over to Palazzolo. Great dive by Klicka. And Tori Stafford makes Klicka's effort turn into a point.
Just finishing that play out. Again, turning that defense into offense. Rachel Fairbanks making tons of good decisions there. Wow, great reach there by Gardy. I should touch that ball. And then same thing on the other side for Tori Stafford, using those high hands to the block, not hitting right over the net.
Right side is Trump. This time it's blocked by the Panthers. And a great dive by Fiona. And right side blocked again, this time by the freshman Gardy.
Wow.
7 blocks for Notre Dame. Lucy Trump to serve. Even. Again, a little out of system for the Panthers, and it's 14-13 Notre Dame.
Yeah, a little bit of chaos on the Pitt side. And then what's interesting about this rotation, specifically for Notre Dame, is you got Lucy Trump serving, which makes Fiona Schrader a front row setter right now.
And Stafford is blocked down. Fiona Schrader.
Wow. Single block, matchup on the outside. Perfect position for Schrader.
3 blocks for Schrader to go with 5 kills and 16 assists. Tori Stafford is blocked again. And this time Babcock hits it over, but Notre Dame digs. And Gardy able to get a good hit off that. Babcock by Dockery. Looked like a good decision there by Schrader. The Panthers just have to send it over. Chance here for Notre Dame to build on that 2-point lead. Kat Flood saves it. Tori Stafford now. And a dig by Dockery. Left side kill right into Kat Flood's hands. And a dig there from Notre Dame's Lucy Trump. A tip attempt by Gardy, read by Stafford. Babcock is blocked down. What a play by Morgan Gardy in the point of this set and probably this match so far, and the Panthers get a timeout.
What an incredible rally. Great defense, honestly phenomenal defense on both sides. But this Notre Dame block is showing up, and you're really seeing kind of that physicality up there. All those big girls getting great touches. Even Fiona Schrader sized up Tori Stafford twice in a row. Wow, and so you also saw twice in that rally what I had mentioned before. So Fiona Schrader right now is the setter, and she's front row. So that's where you can see her go up and attack on that second ball and kind of just catch the other team by surprise, because traditionally they are running that 6-2, where normally the setter is always back row, but that just adds another layer, another little bit of a dimension to this offense as a little sneak attack.
And Notre Dame, since about the halfway point of the second set, has played much higher level volleyball than we saw them play early on.
100%. Almost like you kind of take that wow factor out of it. You're playing the #1 team in the country. You come off to a hot start, but then you saw how that first set ended, and then now you kind of settle in. Like, okay, we're here. Let's play our game, and I feel like that's probably a lot of what Coach Rockwell's saying. Like, let's just play our game.
Dan Fisher finishing his message to his Panthers team. Another, if not sold out, really near crowd here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse, the University of Pittsburgh. 5 more home matches for Pitt. For Notre Dame, after playing SMU on the road, having to come up here, then they go to Louisville. What a run. And then you get Louisville at home. It's a tough stretch here for this Notre Dame team, but here in the third set, they've represented themselves very well, hitting 281. They have not made errors on the serve either, and we have a net violation by the Panthers.
Yeah, I think they called a net violation on Pitt, but I believe, yep, Coach Fisher is going to be challenging that.
I thought maybe that was on Notre Dame.
I initially thought that was on the swing by, I believe,
call
freshman
was
Grace
Pitt
Langer.
netted. Pitt is challenging that Notre Dame was in the net, not Pitt.
Yeah, so like we suspected, Dan Fisher saw it as Notre Dame hitting the net first. And there it is right there. And I don't see Fairbanks. Yeah.
Talk about that athleticism by Fairbanks to go up and grab that ball. Yeah, I definitely think, though, Langer got that on her way down.
Our call is going to be reversed. The net was on Notre Dame. Pitt retains its challenge, wins the point.
So a successful challenge by the Panthers, and they will be awarded this point to make it 16-14.
That's a big swing right there.
And the beauty of technology is 10 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to do anything with that. But now you're able to get, especially the obvious ones. And I think that's what replay is for. It's not even the really minute ones. It's the obvious ones that are wrong. And Olivia Babcock to serve. A good quiet and then a boom. And this one, first error we've seen from Babcock today on the serve. And we will see Buzla-Tepe and Bayless come in for Fairbanks and Babcock. Notre Dame a 3-point lead here in the third, and it's starting to get late. Now a Notre Dame topspin serve. Buzla-Tepe sets up Bayless. Notre Dame left side, a tip is successful. Palazzolo. And we're seeing Notre Dame play at a whole different level, as we were discussing, especially here in the third. A 4-point lead. And a good block again in the middle by Bjork. Bayless rises up. Monson's able to save it. And you see the tips are something that Notre Dame has discussed. Bayless sends it back. Monson receives it again from the back row. A kill by Gardy, and it's 19-14 Notre Dame.
And I like that they've had both Gardy and Palazzolo playing a lot of back row today. I think that adds an extra little element there. So here we got, I actually think she touched that twice in a row. But great swing by Gardy in the back row.
5-point lead for the Fighting Irish. Gardy with the near ace. Great save by Buzla-Tepe. But a chance here for Schrader, and Schrader is blocked down but out of bounds. And Notre Dame's 5 from winning this third set. And to give you an idea, Panthers lost the second set against Louisville. That is the first time they have lost a set at home this season. And they haven't lost one here in this building at the field house, but Notre Dame on the verge. And Torrey Stafford able to stop the run, but still a hill to climb for the Panthers.
And if you're this Notre Dame team, you got to like where you're at in this rotation. You've got Fiona Schrader hitting on the right side, and you've got Palazzolo hitting on the outside.
And Alyssa Manitsas is in for Notre Dame. Palazzolo dug by Stafford, and saved, and a tip by Flood. And it's here for Palazzolo again. Little off speed, but sent back. Palazzolo swings through that one. Great save by Klicka. Flood tries to put it away, and she does.
Phenomenal dig there by Emmy Klicka. Again, just keeping the rally alive. That's what you want to do. Great shot, just getting that left hand out, and then Ryla Jones kind of serving as the setter there.
12th dig for Klicka. And Fiona Schrader from the right side gets the lead back to 5 for Notre Dame.
And she's really looking like she's starting to hit her stride. You know, end of the second set, into this third set, really starting to swing well.
Here's Letepe. Tipped that time by the Panthers. And a good recognition by Emmy Klicka. Kat Flood sends it over. Chance here for Notre Dame. They're going to set up Schrader. She will tip it. And Blair Bayless saves it. Klicka's just going to send it over. Notre Dame again. They're going to go left side. It is blocked down. And the Panthers get a point off the Blair Bayless block.
That's got to feel good if you're the Pitt Panthers, especially sending over that free ball and then being able to still win that point with that big block up front.
First set was 25-14, then 25-20. Notre Dame leading by 4 with Dylan Griffin in to serve. Fiona. Big hit from the right side. Notre Dame now 3 from set number 3.
She does it all for this team, Jeff. Does it all. Kills, digs, assists. She is everywhere.
The only stat line she hasn't filled, she can take care of right now. And she went for it. Kat Flood. Great dig by Manitsas. Blair Bayless able to hit it through that block attempt. Well, the sophomore Manitsas made a great play there, just 5 feet tall.
Nice second hands here by Emmy Klicka, serving as the setter when Buz Letepe takes the first ball. Then Blair Bayless hitting that outside of those hands to get the tool.
Fairbanks. And Kat Flood hits it off the fingers on the block, and that's the way it's ruled. It's 22-19. Fairbanks. Good low serve and a free ball here for Pitt. Emmy Klicka to Fairbanks to Kelly. Good save by Notre Dame. Swinging from the left. That attempt is blocked. Olivia Babcock dug by Schrader. And now Trump with a big kill right side. And it's 23-19.
I am loving the fight in this Fighting Irish team, especially coming out in this third set. And just from the first point, fighting, absolutely dominant. They're all over the place on defense, playing really scrappy volleyball.
A near ace. Pitt just has to send it over. Notre Dame. Palazzolo. Now back to Babcock. You can see Coach Rockwell is playing the point alongside on the sidelines. Fairbanks to Cat Flood. And a near save by Notre Dame. Great effort by the Fighting Irish as Monson goes into the stands.
Phenomenal hustle there by Monson.
So Cat Flood, who's played the majority of this set, will now serve, and Notre Dame will take a timeout to talk about being 2 points from the set. Regardless of what happens the rest of this match, Notre Dame has proven that you can't take them lightly here in the last month of the regular season.
And I like that. I feel like they're playing some really high IQ volleyball right now. You know, those tips were landing early on, and then what do you see them doing? They're going to keep tipping it. They're going to keep trying to exploit that tip over the block, the tip in the donut, which is that middle of the court area. If something is working for you, let's keep using it. You know, that's what I'm going to say. Until they pick it up, let's keep trying it, see if we can get some easy points out of the matter. And you're seeing it there, you know, you're just slowly building. Again, just trying to get a little bit more efficient with each and every set.
Louisville, after falling in 5 sets here, had to go to SMU, but they are up 2-1 in what is a huge match in the ACC standings. Dan Fisher talking to his team. He's worked some other players in, but take nothing away from Notre Dame in the way that they've played. Especially, so much of it started in the middle with what Bjork was able to do to take things away with her blocks.
Yes, and I really think that really opens up the rest of that team. You know, when they're blocking really well up front, that makes the rest of the defense's job a little bit easier. When you know that block up there is taking something away, taking away an angle of one of the hitters, it makes it easier to play defense around it.
Lucy Trump, Morgan Gardy, and Fiona Schrader all with 8 kills for Notre Dame. 12 for Olivia Babcock and 11 for Tori Stafford. Stafford has another double-double with 11 digs as well. 33 assists for Rachel Fairbanks, 16 for Fiona Schrader. It's been those blocks, 7 for Bjork. And we're not even through a third set. Schrader sets middle. Fairbanks is going to set Stafford, and Notre Dame saves it. Dockery able to run that one down. Stafford again. This one she puts on the floor.
Again, you just gotta love the all-out hustle by both teams right now. Just playing relentless defense, putting your body on the line to make sure that play stays alive. And honestly, that's a nice up by Fiona Schrader. Just getting, again, it's just about getting hands on the ball.
Cat Flood. And Morgan Gardy gives Notre Dame set point.
Freshman showing up big time against the #1 team in the country.
Now Bjork to serve with a few set points in hand. And Bree Kelly takes away one of them.
And if you're the Pitt Panthers and you get the pass, when Bree Kelly is up front, you've got to go Bree Kelly. You've got to make sure she's getting that ball if you have the pass to be able to set her.
Amy Clickett a serve, still set point. And that floater just dug by Morgan Gardy, who hits it in, and Notre Dame takes the third set. 25-22, an inspired effort by is more intimidating. Santa DeVere with Louisville. And a tip here. Flood sets it. And right side blocked right down by Morgan Gardy.
They're sizing them up, and I love that matchup. They both start in the 4 zone in each of their respective sides. So they're up front with each other for 2.5 rotations. And you're just starting to see her really get comfortable going toe-to-toe with Olivia Babcock.
And Bjork, a service error for Notre Dame. Cat Flood to serve for the Panthers. Notre Dame's Lucy Trump puts it away. You know, and for the Panthers, it's just the 5th time they've been in anything other than a 3-set match. You're coming off that big 5-setter. If you're Notre Dame, you keep grinding. This may be a tired team you're facing.
Yeah, you've got to be thinking, are the legs feeling a little heavier than usual after that 5-set match?
See Trump. And Tori Stafford. It's an all good decision, but the Panthers recognize, but they're going to have to send it over. Chance here for Notre Dame. Schrader sends Gardy. Good dig by Klicka. Tori Stafford is blocked down. This time it's Fiona Schrader. She does it all.
This block, I mean, they're 10 blocks on the day, or excuse me, 11 blocks now on the day. This is physically imposing up front, and they are making themselves known up here.
Klicka dug. Olivia Babcock hits it off the foot of the official, standing out of bounds. And it's 4-2 Notre Dame, and another early timeout for Pitt.
Money is tight, so we must make sacrifices. I give up my bespoke shaving subscription.
And I'll stop ordering everything that's trending.
Here in the 4th set.
And you're still seeing Vasquez Gomez not in right now. We still have Cat Flood as the 2nd outside for the Panthers, which is interesting. You know, decision by Coach Dan Fisher, trying to kind of maybe light a spark in another way with this team.
A junior from Kentucky, Lucy Trump, with an ace. 5-2 Notre Dame. Nearly another one. Tori Stafford able to hit that one through the block. With Schrader and Langer there for Notre Dame.
And not necessarily your prettiest point, but hey, it gets you out of that rotation. It gets your own server back there. That's what you want. Just kind of break that momentum.
So Dylan Griffin in as libero. And Griffin, very key server for this Panther team, and quick point for Notre Dame. It's Morgan Gardy. Once again, 11 kills now for Gardy.
Coming up big, and I like whenever they give her a little bit of space up there to work, allow her to kind of work around the big Panther block.
Fairbanks sets Stafford. Tori Stafford. Pitt needs something to get a spark back. Big hit there from Stafford. Now Olivia Babcock to serve.
Yeah, you got to hope something like that kind of lights the fire. Great cross court, absolutely rips that ball. I mean, Sydney Palazzolo didn't really have much of a chance there.
And service error for Olivia Babcock. Patty Monson. 7-3 Notre Dame lead. Olivia Babcock from the back, dug by Gardy, and Gardy's going to tip it. Tori Stafford's going to send it over off the top of the net. Great dig by Notre Dame, and a hit long but tipped. Ella Sant with a great save for the Fighting Irish. Notre Dame's not going away. 8-4 Fighting Irish. Tori Stafford hits one to the feet of Gardy, and it's 8-5. But Pitt's had a point here or there, but they have not built anything.
Yeah, and it's got to be slightly disheartening whenever, you know, the hot hand right now going to the back row, not going to be up there to set. You can get her in the back row, but it's not necessarily going to be the same.
And blocked. Palazzolo wants it. They're going to go over to Schrader from the right side, but she hits it just a little bit long. It's 8-6. So consecutive points here for the Panthers. And Schrader hits it through the block. Fiona now with 9 kills, 20 assists, and 7 digs to go with 4 blocks.
And Coach Rockwell had talked about, you know, kind of getting over that hump of being able to consistently hit high hands and consistently use the block to their favor, especially against good teams. And you're starting to see that here today.
Cook able to dig that, and a middle kill. Well executed there by the Panthers. Good receive, good set, and Ryla Jones put it away.
100%. Perfect pass. Perfect pass leads to that, allows you to run that hole. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely, and great cut, just going to the right side of block. And we've got Mallory Meyer in to serve. We've kind of unloaded almost every serving option here today.
Meyer, the freshman. And from the back, and a kill for Notre Dame. It's Gardy again.
And what's interesting this season is Gardy hasn't always played 6 rotations, hasn't always played in the back row, but you see how valuable it can be to have a hitter back there. It's kind of just like that outlet for if you're a little out of system, just let her take a rip at it.
Palazzolo. As Panthers, a little miscommunication there, just have to send it over. Morgan Gardy is blocked down. And Bree Kelly in on that block. Rachel Fairbanks to serve. It's 10-8. Notre Dame's led this whole set after winning the third, 25-22. Right side hit by Trump through the block. And again, anytime you feel any type of momentum Pitt's way, Notre Dame quickly gets it back.
Yeah, great swing there by Lucy Trump. Just absolutely unloading on that ball, seeing how hard she can hit it to just get that tool off the block.
Anna Bjork. Fairbanks sets middle to Bree Kelly. It's 11-9.
Pitt middle's looking good early in this 4th set. I'm thinking if you get that good pass, you got to keep them involved.
Set by Schrader. This one's blocked. Great save by Monson. And Trump tips it over, and it goes all the way over. Kat Flood's able to save it. And that one's going to go out of bounds, and it will be a point for Notre Dame. Is Dan Fisher going to challenge in the net?
I guess the question there would be, did they touch the net before the ball touched the ground?
He is not going to challenge. Point for Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely was a violation, but if it was after the ball hit the ground, wouldn't matter.
Fairbanks with a great set to Tori Stafford. Again, cut the lead to 2.
It's something you don't see very often, or nearly as much, at least from the Panther hitters. A little bit of off speed there, a little bit of a change-up, roll shot. Again, just trying to get that ball to land in the middle of the floor.
Rachel Fairbanks, after talking to Dan Fisher, Salima Rockwell has to be extremely proud of her team. A 2-point lead here in the 4th. Off the Griffin serve. Kat Flood sends it in, and Tori Stafford puts it away.
I think she's feeling good in this set right now.
Dylan Griffin with a chance to get this one even. Monson has to run that down, and the tip blocked. Sant sets up Gardy. Again, the off speed. Right side, Olivia Babcock, and in. And now you see the Panthers back even, and quickly Salima Rockwell is going to use a timeout for Notre Dame. So a mini run there for Pitt to get it back at 12-12. What's amazing to me so far is Pitt allows 109 in hitting percentage. Notre Dame is hitting 223.
I mean, you have to be thrilled if you're Coach Rockwell. If we would have told her before the game that you're hitting over 230 on the match against this Panther defense. And I will say, again, like, you know, sometimes you just got to do whatever it takes to get the ball to hit the floor. Their tips were working, but early on in this 4th set, Pitt has picked up just about all of the tips, so they might kind of have to mix it up again.
And if you're Pitt, you know there are going to be some matches you're going to have to grind through that might look one way, obviously, but it's just not there. You're not playing as well. You're running to somebody that has a really hot stretch. And that's the challenge for the Panthers now. Top-ranked team in the nation to just grind through this one and find a way to get a win.
And I think a lot of times when you're ranked at the top, you're tending to see everybody else's best match against you. You know, everyone's bringing out all the stops to make sure they're playing as well as they can against the #1 team in the country. So you're having to beat a lot of these teams while they're playing some of their best volleyball.
Dylan Griffin is waiting for Notre Dame. You see the smiles from the Fighting Irish. 12 kills for Gardy leaves Notre Dame. Stafford was 17 for the Panthers, 13 for Babcock, 10 for Lucy Trump for Notre Dame. 42 assists for Rachel Fairbanks, 22 for Fiona Schrader, who also has 9 kills and 7 digs. Dylan Griffin, a service error, and
Another
Notre
coach
Dame
point.
gets it right back.
Credit that one to Salima Rockwell. Able to ice Dylan Griffin there.
Gardy to serve for Notre Dame. Will return for the Panthers.
In for Olivia Babcock. She possibly going to be playing back row here for the full back row 3 rotations, or maybe she's just spot serving in with Olivia still sitting on the bench. Maybe just a spot serve. Then she'll be back in.
An ace already for Vasquez Gomez today. And that tip saved by Rachel Fairbanks. Sant sets again, that one blocked by Fairbanks. And Ryla Jones in the kill for Notre Dame.
Just putting it together one by one. That's all you got to do.
And again, Notre Dame leading. We saw this in the third set. It went back and forth. Notre Dame went on a little run and kept it. Johnson's serve and middle kill by Ryla Jones. I thought for a second that set may have been too far.
Yeah. And that's what's hard about that middle attack is the further the setter goes off the net, the more difficult it is to find that middle. I mean, that's really, really difficult there. But Ryla Jones, I mean, really stretching to get a touch on that ball.
Tori Stafford. And right side kill attempt block. Cat Flood in on the block with Jones, and a block right side this time by the Panthers. Rachel Fairbanks, Ryla Jones. Fairbanks close to a double-double. And an ace for Tori Stafford. That is the toughest decision, isn't it, when you're in that back?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. And there is an old saying of, you know, whether chest high, let it fly. So you're thinking, all right, it feels pretty high on me, I gotta let it go. But if it drops at that last moment.
So does your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Zola sends it over. Cat Flood.
Big moment for her. She jumps well.
6 kills for Flood. Stafford again. And Schrader. Panthers get a hand on it, and Flood sends it over again. Back-to-back kills for Cat Flood.
Wow. Back-to-back for Cat Flood.
And that is a career high in kills of 7 for Cat Flood.
We weren't familiar with her game. Showing up. Again, this is you know, every single match matters. You know, they are fighting to get a top seed in the tournament. You know, so it might feel like, oh well, if it's one match, no big deal. But you know, all of this stuff matters towards the bigger goal, the bigger picture. So you know, being able to also for Dan Fisher to have trust in your bench to be able to kind of mix up that lineup.
I hung around for a while after the Louisville match the other day. Traffic. And I watched Cat Flood stay around in her uniform for an hour, taking every picture, signing every autograph, you know, meeting every person with a, how are you doing? Not just a, hey, I just played a 5-set match. And she's really become very popular, obviously very recognizable.
For sure, for sure. Very recognizable. And two, you know, her, Valeria Vasquez, these girls have been a part of this program for not only, you know, the last 3 years, which were its most successful, but also through that change of that kind of that transition between, you know, a team who's starting on the come up and a team who has arrived and are expected to do well year in and year out.
So if you are Notre Dame, how do you get this back? What's your message in the Notre Dame huddle?
I mean, to me, if I'm Notre Dame, I'm looking to stay as aggressive as possible. You didn't get to this point by playing tentative, and in this rotation specifically, I want that ball in Fiona Schrader's hands.
Blocked at the net. Fairbanks has done a fair share of blocking. And now Schrader. Fairbanks the set. Cat Flood!
Three in a row. Beat her, Jeff. If you're hot, beat her.
And the consistent serves from Stafford, including an ace, and put away by Fiona Schrader to get it back for Notre Dame at 19-15. But what a serve run by Stafford, and of course, and a 3 straight kills from Cat Flood. Fiona Schrader A double-double here today, showing why she's one of the best players in the conference. Schrader, big serve by Schrader, and a battle to net won by Pitt, but into the net were the Panthers. And a point for Notre Dame.
Oh, that was a great joust too by Rachel Fairbanks and Anna Bjork.
We've got yet another timeout here at 19-16. The Louisville Cardinals, after a hard-fought match here in Pittsburgh and a 5-set loss, go down to SMU, where the Panthers lost for their only time this year and won in 4 sets.
If you're Coach Danny Busboom-Kelly, you'd have to love the resilience of your team. Again, after that, let down in the 5-set match here, to go down there, another road match in a tough environment, to get a big win against another ranked opponent.
19-16 Panthers, 2 sets to 1. It was 25-14, 25-20, then Notre Dame 25-22 in the third. See Bree Kelly and Dan Fisher discussing some strategy. Notre Dame still in this set, and if you find a way in this set, I mean, anything can happen in a 5th.
That's the beauty of the 5th set. Short set, only to 15 points. Anything can happen.
And we've seen in 2 of the 4 sets, Notre Dame has been the team that got off to quick starts. Fiona Schrader to serve. And there's a little Penn Hill section here for Salima Rockwell and Notre Dame. And a foot violation. You could kind of see it as the ball was drifting.
And for those, especially with those topspin servers, a lot of that's your toss. Again, you just let that go a little bit too far in front of you. You just run out of room. And there it is. So that when that foot touches that line, she has to stay completely behind that end line, or it is a foot fault.
And again, the freshman Mallory Meyer into serve for Pitt. In a big situation here at 2016, blocked down by Kat Flood.
Have a day, Kat Flood. Have a day.
It's a perfect song, too, to play. Panthers now 4 from this match. Schrader, and a beautiful tip in the middle by Bjork.
I always say, it all goes in the stat sheet the same. No matter how that ball hits the floor, it goes in as a kill. So whatever you got to do to find it, and that donut's been working for a lot of this match. If that's what you think your best shot is, take it.
Palazzolo. Here comes Babcock from the back. Olivia Babcock, kill 14. The Panthers have the serve and a 5-point lead, and it's Rachel Fairbanks to serve. Schrader sets Gardy, and it's long. We saw Salima Rockwell look at her coaches.
She's thinking about it.
And at this point, she's going to do it. She's going to challenge. There was a tip on the hit.
The original call was no touch.
I mean, if you can get it from
challenging that there was a touch.
Get back to 22 points and get within 4 at this point. When you get one back, you get a challenge back in the 5th set. Why not?
And I think either way, she's out of timeouts in this set. I think either way, this is a good play. Whether you get the point and it's a bonus, but even if not, you get a nice little reset for your team.
I mean, so many of these.
Was it just over the fingers of Bree Kelly?
I'm just amazed there wasn't a net violation as far as she was over. Look at how far she's over and able to avoid the net.
And that is really where, that is the form you want to see out of your blockers, where they are penetrating over that net, not even, if that ball were to touch them, not even a chance.
And they have ruled no touch. So the Panthers are indeed up 23-17. 2 points from this match. Rachel Fairbanks, 45 assists, 9 digs. And she's only credited for 1 block, but it seems like she's been on a lot more.
And her season high was 46 Friday.
It's a pretty good weekend. A near ace from Fairbanks. And the Panthers, Bree Kelly able to send that back. Dockery's made some really nice serve receives. And McClicka to Fairbanks. Riddle kill. Monson's on the ground. Gertie saved by Stafford. Now Cat Flood. And we hope everybody's okay. Good sportsmanlike round of applause from the Panther fans. And now you'll see them on their feet for match point. We immediately worry about an ankle or knee, but it appears it was just mistimed.
Yeah, absolutely. Just might have been a little slip on the floor.
Banks just long, and we continue. Didn't miss by much. And Maisie Alexander. Who else? Oh, Cat Flood is blocked that time, but Flood saves it. Babcock sends it over. And a kill right side by Lucy Trump keeps Notre Dame in this.
I love the decision there to set the right side. Cat Flood was the one running backwards. She's trying to hustle back to get up to the net, make her have to play that ball immediately.
Notre Dame has earned the fighting in their nickname today. Olivia Babcock puts it away. It was a struggle for the Panthers. Notre Dame played really hard, but the #1 team in the country pulls through in 4.
Great match by the Fighting Irish. Honestly, they fought